Hey, Sagittarius, intuitive soul coach here with your August 2023 monthly reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are interested in a personal reading, you can find that link in the description box below. All right, Sagittarius, your key themes for the month of August. You have conflict, mending, and adventure. So I feel for a lot of you, there's some sort of challenge, conflict, or obstacle that you have been dealing with. Something that has been conflicting mentally, physically, emotionally, even spiritually for some of you that you are working through this month. Something is finally coming to the forefront. It's coming to the surface so you can heal it, deal with it, and move towards more adventure. For a lot of you, there's new opportunities coming in. It could be career, it could be love, opportunities for health, financial gains, because you're mending what it is that you thought you had lost, or maybe you did lose, but you have the opportunities to bring it back together again, because you have the mending card, which talks about coming together, healing a situation, repairing what was broken or what was lost. Some of you may be going to therapy. There could be psychic surgery happening during your dream states. This is all about bringing something back together after it may have shattered, but it's not going to come back together the same way it was. It's a new opportunity. I'm getting here the words course correction. So you may have been going along on your soul's journey and boom, tower moment came in. Loss of a job, loss of a loved one. It doesn't have to be negative, but in this context, certainly was a little bit conflicting, challenging for you, something you may have resisted or you didn't want to happen, right? You may have had to put money towards an item at your home, right? Something may have broke down and you had to use the last of your savings to pay for something. It could have been a relationship you were hoping to work out that maybe went south. It could have been an argument with a family member or a loved one. For others of you, it's financial, I feel. There's help here, getting a new job. There's a new opportunity, love. We're going to take a look because I'm definitely getting course correction, but it's important for you this month. The challenge is to not focus on the loss. It's important to not focus on the past, because sometimes when we replay that story in our head, it's really difficult to get out of whatever the conflict is. But I see that there's an opportunity to heal, grow, and leave behind what had happened in the past here. So when the conflict card shows up, this is actually a good sign, because this talks about solutions. It talks about overcoming those obstacles. If you had been triggered, this is about you working through some of those triggers, getting to the root of a situation. I am getting health for some of you. There could have been some health concerns where you felt like you were going back and forth. Maybe you weren't getting the answers that you were seeking through a professional. For others of you, your body has been trying to get your attention. You may be finally taking note of that. This is the month to do so. There could be adversity in the workplace. There may be opposing views in a family situation, or it feels like every step of the way there's some sort of competitiveness or competition. I'm also getting that someone feels like they may not be good enough, or they may have been ghosted, rejected, or denied a position or a relationship. But once you work through this here, Sagittarius, once you mend, come together, and heal something that was a little bit challenging for you, there's exciting times ahead here. But it is important, again, to not focus on what you had lost, but to focus on the gains coming in and what you have right here, right now. There's something about staying in the moment, embracing the joy and the magic for life. This is about new opportunities, spiritual quest. Some of you may actually be traveling to a wellness retreat or a spiritual place in the world. It could be global career as well. You may reach people on a global level. You may be working with people overseas. You may be going on an excursion. A little bit of a time out may be needed for you in the near future in order for you to rejuvenate, to heal, to mend. There could be something around travel arrangements or travel delays in the past that you're finally able to plan accordingly here in the present. So for example, let's say you were supposed to go on a trip back in maybe February or March, but it fell through, or you weren't able to take that trip. Maybe there was some sort of illness, something like that. I feel like you have this new opportunity to do something that you were supposed to do in the past. It may not be travel, but it could be opening yourself up to love. Maybe you thought that person was the one for you. There could be a new opportunity coming in. Maybe it was that job that passed you by, Sagittarius. Now, for those of you that are retired, I see that there could be a new opportunity to meet people, to travel, and to bring about a new viewpoint. Meet people with new viewpoints. Meet people who bring in a little bit of adversity to the mix, but they're helpful instead of them feeling discouraging. So let's dive into the tarot here. I sense that there was a delay towards a beginning that you wanted to have happen. You have a lot of reversals here. I read intuitively, but of course there's a lower vibration and a higher vibration, and it depends where you're at. It's completely up to you. I try to read the overall energy of the cards here, but I will read intuitively. There is a new beginning available to you, but it depends where you, again, are at on that vibrational level. Some of you are still in the midst of that delay. You're still focused on the delay. You may be still waiting at the start line, wanting this opportunity to happen, and you're waiting for that whistle to blow, but it seems like it's taking forever, and you're actually getting exhausted from waiting. And there is an impatience here because you're ready. You've been training for this. You've been wanting this to happen. You've been trying to manifest this, is what I see for you. But something keeps distracting you. I don't know if you've seen it earlier. There's a couple little flies that live in this plant here. And whenever they come out, to me, it's a reminder that there's some sort of distraction, right? There's something distracting you from this new beginning, or it could be an external influence that may be distracting, or it may not be giving you that fresh start that you seek, but it is available here to you. So that's why it's important for you in the month of August. Use that Lionsgate portal, Sagittarius, to really work on those intentions. That portal opens us up to that 5D energy. And you can embrace the new beginnings, new optimism, new abundance, right? You have access to it right here, right now. We all do, because there's no grand aha awakening that's going to bring us into that 5D. We're already there. It's up to us to shift the vibrations, right? Where do we want to be on that scale? And so I feel like this is a new beginning here for you. There is something here with the King of Swords showing up, Sag, that's guiding you to get some sort of routine in place. Okay, for some of you, it is getting a routine in. For others of you, maybe you really like, maybe you don't like to have a routine. But I'm getting here, yes, you have freedom, but it's important to stick to something here. I mean, it could be exercise, it could be eating, it could be your job, your career. If you've been wanting a new position, it's important to keep putting your resume out there, even if there has been moments of feeling discouraged, because I'm getting here that you may have felt discouraged and you may have backed off from it, or maybe you believe that it wasn't possible. It's important for you to get back out there, is what I'm hearing here. If you need to take a little bit of pause, a little bit of step back to regroup, but try not to sit in that space for too long, because then your thoughts tend to take over. Now, the King of Swords here, he can have very, very strict beliefs based on what he knows to work for him and what is true for him. For some of you, it may be about expansion, expanding upon those beliefs. For some of you, there could be beliefs that you've integrated into your energy from a very early age, and you may stick with those beliefs because that's what you know. And maybe it's worked for you in the past, but I do feel that there's a new beginning here where those beliefs, they're not going to work for you. Not all of them, but there's some of them you may really want to take a deep dive into. And I feel like that will help you mend. That will help you see things from a new point of view, a new perspective. This could also be someone around you, Sagittarius. King of Swords can be Gemini energy. I do feel here that someone needs to be more flexible within their thinking, whether it's you or someone else. It's important to see things from a higher perspective. It's also important to see things from a more playful perspective as well, because someone's very serious and focused on the seriousness of a situation, and that can actually it can dim the opportunities. It can bring in less excitement. And I see here that you do have this adventure, this new energy here waiting for you if you want to embrace or step into it. Sometimes it's our own selves that hold us back. Now you have the Six of Cups. Spirit is saying here, don't get lost in the past. Don't get lost on don't get stuck in what you have lost here in the past. Cherish what's worked, cherish the memories, cherish the good times. But someone may be focusing on the arguments that have went down or the words that were unkind. If this is a relationship or even if this is a job, you may be thinking about all the bad or all the negative things. It's important to flip that script and focus on what has worked, not what hasn't. It's important to focus on the love, not the anger or the hate, right? Because again, there's different levels of vibration here. And I feel like someone is stuck in those lower vibrations, and you or another person around you may stay stuck in this conflicting energy if we don't rise ourselves. That's our responsibility, right? That is up to us to decide, do we want to forgive? Do we want to stay bitter? Do we want to stay angry? Do we want to feel like we are not good enough when we know on a deeper soul level that is absolutely not the truth? There's some sort of friction here, Five of Wands, which is interesting because you actually have the conflict right above the Six of Cups and Five of Wands here. So I feel like you can resolve this friction, whatever this is here. There's an opportunity to resolve it. Someone's ego may be getting in the way. King of Swords in reverse can be egotistical at times. King of Swords in the reverse may not be in touch with their emotions. They may be military as well. They may suffer from post-traumatic stress. They may be too stuck on a routine or on a pattern or on a thought or on a habit or an addiction. King of Swords here is someone who gets their answers from their head, not always their heart. They can be very logical. It's important for the King of Swords to blend the head and the heart together. But when they are feeling the lower vibrations of their energy here, they're not always as in touch as one could be to heal and to mend. All right. Again, Five of Wands. There's an opportunity to heal, but someone's just butting heads. Now you may decide to walk away from this person. Choose your battles. Thank you, Spirit. I just heard choose your battles. I'm also getting the name here, Danica, and I'm getting Richard. So maybe it's the two of you together, Danica and Richard. There could be someone maybe dealing with a Rich or a Richard from work. It could be a spouse. Please take it as it resonates. I'm also getting here LA. So, I mean, it could be LA, it could be Louisiana, it could be that you maybe live near a place that maybe it has L and A in the name, okay? Now, you also have the Devil showing up here and the Nine of Cups, but you also have the Hanged Man right next to it. So the Hanged Man is about deciding, is this worth changing my mind on here? Is this worth the investment that I'm putting into it? Because something may feel like it's a sacrifice. If I keep sacrificing this situation, will there be a reward? But I feel like you're right now in the flip side. So what this means is you're feeling a little bit empty. Why are you feeling empty? Because you have the Devil and the Nine of Cups. The Devil is all about destructive tendencies, indulgences, toxic energies, toxic people. It may be about conditional love, not unconditional. So someone may be putting a cap or empty promises, and that's affecting your energy in a big way. It's leaving you feeling a little bit empty when you really want this reward. You want your hard work to pay off. You want your energy towards what you're putting into this opportunity or into this relationship or career, or even into yourself. But for some of you, the devil is really getting in the way. There's a distraction here. Now, the devil can be about addictions, obsessions, fears, codependency, manipulation, materialism, you name it. The devil is whatever we attach ourselves to that aren't in our highest good. It carries the lower vibrational frequencies. It holds us into a lower frequency than we desire. Now, there's nothing wrong with 3D frequency per se. It's what we've chose to come here and experience as, a soul having a human experience. But for a lot of you, you want to feel that unconditional love because a lot of you are empathic Sagittarians. Whether your Sag is sun, moon, rising, or you're watching this for someone else, this is a time for you to raise those vibrations to attract the abundance and to see more love, see more fun, see more magic and adventure. Because I get the feeling here that a lot of you Sages have seen things that have been mean, have been manipulative, have been angry. You yourself may have been triggered by some of the crazy stuff that we see going on in the world. We see going on within our family dynamics, within the politics, government. Now, I leave that out of the readings here, but I feel like you have been impacted in a big way because look at this devil. She's being controlled here. It looks like she's been on a 5-day bender where she hasn't had any sleep. Look at her. She's feeling it, and she's trying to keep herself going. But some of you, if you keep in that energy, if this is you or someone else, eventually they're gonna crash. Eventually someone's gonna hit a rock bottom here. And I feel like it's important to not believe the hype of some sort of empty promise. The only promise that you can do or work on is that promise that you keep to yourself and stay consistent with that promise. Now, some of you at times don't even believe yourself, right? This is something you'll need to work on because the Hanged Man is about a rewarded sacrifice. So whatever it is that you are trying to detach from, it will be worth it because the Nine of Cups is here. The Nine of Cups in the higher vibrational frequency is about wish fulfillment. So whatever it is that you've been feeling a little bit stuck on, you have the ability to shift that up here. I mean, you can stay in this for another few days, another few weeks, another few months, years, completely up to you, Sagittarius. But I have a feeling here that a lot of you are ready for this new opportunity. You want more excitement. You want more passion. You want to live life to your fullest, right? Like that song, and this came up in another reading. Maybe it was you. And it's coming up again here. Is it Alan Jackson? Live like you were dying, right? I went skydiving. I went Rocky Mountain climbing. So this is about you exploring life while you still can, okay? Because there is this situation here that you may have been in that kept you hostage or just kept you under wraps, or it just feels stuck. It feels stagnant. It feels like I'm ready to break out of the box here. I'm ready to bust through the glass ceiling. And this is you. You're ready for this. When it comes to love, Sagittarius, there may have been deception, okay? Someone may have deceived you. A family member may have lied to you. Someone didn't stick up for you, didn't have your back in a situation. It caused some friction. Someone may have taken sides, I'm getting here as well. It could have been, I'm getting here, sibling may have taken sides, or it could have been someone took a mother's side or a father's side. There was something in the family dynamic that feels heavy. For others of you, if this is a lover, female, male, it doesn't matter here. I feel like there could have been some sort of betrayal. Maybe someone abandoned you, triggered some of that childhood wounding, maybe even abandonment, rejection, lack of self-worth, self-confidence. Someone may have taken a hit to your solar plexus here. Some of you may be physical, hopefully not, but emotionally, this is your powerhouse. So someone, it may have felt like they drained you of your power, of your energy, right? Someone deceived you, and it says someone was wearing a false mask in a relationship. I feel like you already know who this person was. I'm getting King of Swords here. Someone wasn't being true to their own emotions, okay? Whether this was you or someone else, that King of Swords, Gemini energy, someone just wasn't being true. Their emotions were over here, head was over here, and it was a little bit of that dissonance happening. Someone wasn't honoring their heart. We do have new love and getting to know each other. Okay, so this could be a brand new person coming in. I mean, you do have the Ace of Wands. I'm getting here if this is a person from the past, because the Six of Cups can be connecting to a past person. It doesn't have to be an ex. I hear that so many times. Melissa, I don't want an ex. Okay, that's okay. Then the ex doesn't have to come back in. It can be you connecting with a memory. It can be you connecting with a family member, or maybe you see someone you used to know in the store while you're grocery shopping. It doesn't have to be an ex coming back. However, for those of you that want that, I feel like there is an opportunity to get to know each other again. But be careful of the red flags. If someone is talking the talk but not walking the walk, Sag, what are you doing? Right? What are you doing? Don't keep going on potential. Don't keep going on those empty promises. Make someone show you who they are real quickly through their actions. Okay? There is an opportunity to have a new beginning, a new energy frequency with someone new or someone from the past. This is an energetic frequency that I'm tuning into. It says, as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Now, for those of you that have been in a relationship for quite some time, and maybe there has been deception, but you're wanting to give this person a chance after chance. I mean, how many chances do you give someone, right? I've learned that, yes, people are going to show you who they are, but we also have to use discernment. And many times in my life, I've seen the red flags clear as day, but my soul said, Melissa, remember your blueprint. You know, you chose to come here and be mirrored. You come to choose this person and this contract come together to bring about those triggers or the childhood wounding or situations that you wouldn't be able to do on your own. So we do have to use our intuition, our own discernment, but also we need to know the difference between what's toxic, what's harming us, what is depleting our energy. How long do you want to stay in something that is negative? Whether it's you doing it, someone else, you have free will to choose. Now, the biggest message here is you deserve love. If you are feeling like you're unlovable, that is absolutely the furthest thing from the truth, Sag, because you are made of love. You come from love. You are love. We disconnect ourselves, right? It's not spirit or our higher selves or our guides that say, I'm a Sagittarius, they're not really feeling they're unlovable today. I'm just going to choose and not love them today. That's not what happens. That's the human ego that does that. It's ourselves or other people that love us based on, what is the devil? Conditions, right? We say, well, if this person does this or they don't do that, or if they break that promise, or if they betray us, right? We set up these conditions. Now, of course, sometimes we need some sort of routine, standard conditions in a relationship. Otherwise, it can go all wonky. But I'm getting that some of you have been very either very loose with those boundaries, or you've been very rigid. Okay, please take it as it resonates for you, where one or the other, it's crossing into something quite messy. So we need to find that balance. Okay, there's balance here. Now, when it comes to career, wealth, or money, you have the Rose card, the Nugget, and the Hand. Now, when it comes to career, I do sense that you're working on manifesting money. But just because we're working on manifesting money doesn't mean that it's going to show up physically, right? And sometimes because it doesn't show up in the physical form, we lose hope and we say, well, that's not going to happen for us, or spirit doesn't hear us, our prayers aren't being answered, and we tend to let the ego get in the way, right? And we say, we're being abandoned, we're being rejected, we're unlovable, we don't have what it takes. Yes, you do, right? I do sense that there are resources. There is help coming in here because you have the opportunity to overcome these obstacles and to bring something back into fruition, back into the physical. If you've lost money in the past, if you've been fired, if there was a situation where maybe you were borrowing money, that could have been a boundary, a loose boundary that you needed to learn. This is about reaching some goals that you've had here, Sagittarius. Financial assistance, hands-on work, help getting a job, because what we have right behind it, which I love, is the Rose and the Nugget. And the Rose talks about financial relief. So there's some sort of financial relief coming in to help you out here. It could be, I'm getting mothering energy. It could be someone who's like a Queen of Cups. It could be someone who wants to support you, wants to help you. It could be a spouse or a partner, whether they are female or male, it doesn't matter. For some of you, this could be an inheritance that you've received from a mother. Okay, there's just someone who supports you and believes in you. This could also be a business. It could be a company. It could be your clients, your patients. They believe in you. And I feel like there's money coming towards you because of what it is that you have to offer, because they believe what it is that you have to offer. They believe in your skills, your talents, your gifts. I feel like that will grow. Okay, that will grow for those of you that are entrepreneurs, small business owners, or even if you do work in the corporate world, you are putting the energy and the intention out there, as long as it's pure and it's coming from a place of the heart, wanting to be of service. But it can be for service for yourself as well. So many times we hear, well, I want to be of service of others, which yes is wonderful, but we also need to take care of our own selves, our own needs, right? We need to pay the bills. We need to, put foods in our mouths, take care of our children, our family. So I do feel here that you have that primary need first, but there is this energy here of wanting to help others on a bigger level as well. You're growing, your business is growing, your career, your reputation, your bank account. I do sense that this will grow because right behind it, you have the nugget. Sagittarius, some of you are sitting on a nest egg. Okay, some of you are sitting quite well, but there are still fears around money, still wanting more, wanting more. If that is you, yes, it's great to have goals, but make sure that you are giving gratitude for what you have right in front of you. Make sure that you are enjoying some of that money that you have as well. Okay, have fun. Take the kids out for ice cream, take a trip, connect with your partner, your loved one, buy someone something nice. This is about, an energy exchange. And I'm getting that some of you, I'm seeing a pile of money here. I mean, whether it's in a canister under your bed or whether it's in the bank, wherever this money is at, I'm seeing someone just kind of sitting on it, not quite sure what to do, maybe due to what's going on around the world, or maybe you don't have that knowledge. There could be someone that can help you understand things that you're not aware of. Okay, I'm getting that. For those of you that are saying, Melissa, who are you talking about? I don't have any extra money here. Well, that's okay, because you have the opportunity to build. There is an increase here. This is about getting valuable information from another person or you learning it yourself when it comes to career and money. This is about taking that honest assessment. What do I need to do at this time? What is in my highest good? There's your fresh start. Some of you have been putting off maybe doing something with your money with a delay here, because maybe in your head you're thinking, well, if things go south, right, I'll be right here. I'll be right here in my hole with my stockpile of money, right? Or for others of you, maybe you have this energy of the past that, you have to work really, really, really hard for your money. And I'm not saying you don't have to work hard, but we're in that day and age where we can work smarter, not harder. There are so many tools, so many resources, knowledge at our fingertips. There is an opportunity to grow and be and do anything you want to do. And you don't have to necessarily go to college and spend $1 million paying off debt for the rest of your life. Now, of course, some of you, yes, you want to go in the direction of doing that. I've went to college. I get it. I understand. But you don't have to do what's always been done is kind of the message I'm getting here. So let's say you were told that you have to go to college. Maybe it was drilled into your brain when you were a child or when you were a teenager. Maybe by your friends, by society, by your parents. There's something here that you want to break off and do, but the head's still holding you down on a hostage. Maybe the belief system here is what I'm referring to. The belief is, I have to go this route because that's the only way I'll be successful. Where I'm getting that for others of you, there is steady work here. There is career building. There is a fresh start if you veer off and take that risk. Some of you want to be travel vloggers. For others of you, you want to travel the world, maybe open an Airbnb, work from a caravan or a camper, right? Maybe you want to open up a blueberry muffin stand and sell it in different areas, right? Whatever it is for you, dream big is what I sense here, Sagittarius. Don't limit yourself because you think that you're not capable of doing what it is that you want. Even if you know nothing about it, what do we all have access to 24/7 every day? Our phones, right? Our laptops, our computers. We have access to figuring this out at a finger, at a button push. You have what it takes to either go back to school, take an online class, read a self-help book, Google, YouTube, right? We have these things. We have AI coming into the AI is already here. This is big. We have two options. We can either reject it, resist it, think that it's absolutely horrible, and we can not go with the flow of what's already going to be and is already here, or we can use it as our ally. We can say, well, this is here. How can we work with it? For example, it would be like fire. Back in the days when the cavemen, when they, I'm not a historian, don't quote me here, but back when we were introduced to fire, right? Fire changed the game. Now, if those cavemen would have said, oh, this is too crazy, fire burns. Fire burns and it can burn down our whole world. Therefore, we're not going to touch fire, right? If they would have chose to never, never, never touch that fire, look at where we may still be today. Now, I'm not saying that you have to jump on board with the AI wagon, but understand instead of rejecting, because sometimes we have those old beliefs. I've met people, I just recently went to a conference where there were people of all ages, and some of the people that were a little bit older were stuck still in that mindset, and they said, I'm not going to deal with AI. That's way over here. I don't even want to deal with it. And that's okay. If that's your choice, that's okay as well. But it's important for us to integrate what's right in front of us is the message. So you can use the tools that you have. You can use what's right in front of you, or you can stay limited, conditioned, or stuck. That's an option for you as well. The option's yours. No one can make that for you. Now, what your soul wants you to know at this time, Sag, that may be trying to get your attention through dreams, try to let you know through meditation, or something that you may really need to ask yourself. Are you focused on what you are losing or gaining? And we talk about this because we have that Six of Cups, card of nostalgia. Are you going through some change? Are you scared to let go because of what you might lose? And this could be a belief, it could be a relationship, it could be a job, whatever this is for you. It could be health, concerns, worries, issues. What if you shifted your focus? There's the Hanged Man. What if you shifted your focus from what you might lose to what you might gain? Endings are actually new beginnings. And we see a new beginning available, but someone may be resisting this new beginning. Today's soul action, make a list of all the things you will gain from this change you are going through. Feel your heart, take a breath, and deepen into trust. Amazing things are coming. I love this because we talked about dropping into that heart center, and then you also have the breath card showing up here for you. So some of you may absolutely benefit from breath work, from paying attention to how you breathe, because so many people, I have clients that come into my office all the time and they breathe from, right here, short, shallow, fight or flight, right? Because it seems at times that there's so much chaos going on that we're in that fight or flight. Now, more than ever, we really are. Scientifically, we're now in that fight or flight more than ever, where back in the caveman days, right? Okay, maybe a little after that, but we needed to go into fight or flight to ward off a fierce lion or an animal or, attackers, people of that nature. But we weren't walking around constantly with our guard up, right? Because it's meant to come in for survival, but we're walking around now with that fight or flight. So breath work can help you drop down to the heart center. So for those of you that have never done breath work, I suggest looking into it a little bit more. You may even work with meditating on the breath. There can be, I'm getting here something with oming, chanting. There can be release through the throat chakra, and you can really stir up some of that heart stuff here for the better, right? To heal, to mend. So of course, please seek professional guidance if need be, medical professional guidance. Your next card here is, what can I do to make a difference? And we talked about this a little bit earlier as well. What keeps you up at night? What makes you cringe when you think about it, such that every ounce of you screams no more? Where can you create purpose out of your pain? Today's soul action. Make a difference in someone's life today, big or small, because all of it makes a difference. Wow, this is powerful. So depending on the level of pain, trauma, I mean, it doesn't even have to be the level, right? It can be something minor, it can be something large, something that really keeps you up at night, something you want to contribute to. Maybe it is financially, maybe it is volunteering, maybe it is you expressing and sharing what you've learned, what you have done that's worked for you. Maybe it's lending a helping hand or an ear, right? Whatever this is here, I feel like you are wanting to incorporate it into your passions, your desires, maybe even your career, your side hustles. There's something here that you have the gifts and the talents to make a difference. Don't hold yourself back. You're meant here to reach people, I feel, on a global level. Sagittarius, there's something with travel here. Some of you may be traveling. Okay, I'm getting here Bali. Some of you may be going to Bali. Thailand, I'm getting here as well. I'm also seeing someone scuba diving, maybe in Australia, or maybe getting a scuba diving license or certification, excuse me. Okay, there's adventure happening here. Someone may be going backpacking or deciding to take a year off to go backpacking. I'm getting here, it could be a trip with other people that you meet when you get there as well. I really like that. All right. You also have the breathe card or breath, which we talked about, but this is also something around the heart. I'm getting here, it could be loneliness, anxiety, abandonment, depression. Work on this heart center is what I'm hearing here. All right, let's take a look and see what animal messages are coming through at this time. Sagittarius, if you can, please take a deep, deep breath in from the solar plexus chakra. A nice big belly breath. Hold it for as long as you can and release through the mouth. One more nice big deep breath in from the solar plexus. And as you're holding that breath, and as you release, I want you to close your eyes, tune into that third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows. And I want you to imagine the first animal or animals that show up in your mind's eye. Now this could be an animal that flies high or swims deep in the sea. This animal could be wild, magical, mystical, or domesticated. There is no right or wrong answer, Sag. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, all you need to do is drop your power animals in the comment section below. And I personally will enter you into that giveaway where I draw one winner around the first of each month and post right back here on this channel. So please make sure you've hit that subscribe and bell button so you don't miss that notification. All right, you have Sandpiper Spirit, Sandpiper Crane. This is all about being playful, and we talked about that here as well. So bringing more fun, more adventure, more magic, more playfulness into your world instead of the seriousness of it all. Life isn't meant to be taken so darn seriously. That's what keeps us in that fight or flight, right? Have fun, drop down. Remember those deep belly laughs that you used to have, right? Remember the last time that you laughed so hard over a situation that may have seemed minor, but it was big for you. Remember how it feels to just laugh and smile and be exciting and be adventurous, because that's what you have available here to you. I feel like there could be someone new coming in. It may not be August per se, but I am getting September, October. It could be towards the end of 2023 that there could be someone very humorous, very funny that enters into your energetic sphere. You do have the Wasp. This talks about life kind of taking a sting sometimes. Yes, it does. Sometimes we take hits, right? We go through tower moments. We lose, we win, we gain. There's the roller coaster ride of the ups and downs. So you've absolutely gone through something that stung a little bit. And it may have, again, affected that solar plexus. This is all yellow energy down here, and that's what I was picking up on earlier, but it's also combined with the red. So some of you, health-wise, you may have had issues with the solar plexus, the stomach, and even breathing, maybe breathing issues. I'm getting here someone may have lost a loved one due to maybe emphysema or due to something within the lungs. I'm getting fluid in the lungs. I'm also getting here depression, some sort of depressive energy. Please take that as it resonates, and please see a medical provider if need be. Now, some of you may even be 64 years old, 51, or you may be born on the 16th. Now, your final card is Coyote. Coyote spirit is all about trusting in divine detours. It's also card 16. 16 is the Tower. So there is or was an unexpected change. Trust in it. I'm getting that this divine detour, the one that's coming in or the one that you're going through right now, is going to lead to the better. And a lot of times we look back on towers, at least I do, and I embrace towers because towers come in and they can be good. They can be challenging, right? It can be a birth of a child. It can be a loss. It can be a death. It can be a move. It can be a new job transferring. It can be building up a business. It can be feeling like you failed in a business. So it can come in as a big boom, but it opens ourselves up to shifting the energy. And that's ultimately what we've come here to do, right? Is shift the energy and master and have the human experience of what we chose to experience. So trust in those divine detours. Now, last but not least, from the mystical shaman oracle, you have Earth Keeper. The Earth Keeper, card 18. It says, as you care for your body, you show your care for Mother Earth. So begin with the stewardship of your health. What are you putting in your mouth? Are you feeding on books? Or excuse me, well, I said books, but some of you, there's something with a book, right? No such thing as coincidence. Are you feeding on foods and thoughts that are not good for you? Start doing what you know will be good for you today. That's all about getting rid of that devil, whatever that may be for you. Now, the invitation. You have outgrown your small dream of success and achievement and are ready to dream big. We just talked about this. With possibilities beyond your wildest expectations, take on the mantle of the Earth Keeper and reach out to a friend in need whom you may not have been in touch with for some time. There's the Six of Cups. Take care of your pets and feed the strays that come by. Clean up your yard, as this is a reflection of your relationship to the earth. Grow the sacred dream and your personal life will flourish. Remember, it's not about me any longer, right? So there's something here about expansion. There's something about reaching out, yes, of being of service. Yeah, we talked about that earlier as, yes, you have specific things that you need money to pay for. You have needs yourself, but this is about taking it a step outside of that immediate need, because that's actually going to pull towards you what it is that you truly seek and truly desire. Very deep, interesting reading here, Sagittarius. For those of you that have felt stuck, I feel like things are shaking up here to actually get you unstuck, right? So whether it is an unexpected surprise, I feel it's something within you. I feel like it's you shattering an old belief system that's actually going to offer you freedom to get away from whatever the devil is holding you back, for you to dream and live a bigger life than you could have ever imagined. That is what I have for you, Sagittarius. I hope it resonates. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, comment your power animals in the description, or excuse me, the comment section below. And if you haven't already hit that subscribe and bell button, please do so. Thank you so much, Sag, for spending your precious time here with me today. Lots of love.